Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is Camp Slash Horrorcast, Season 5, Episode 4, Scanner. If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, we appreciate it. Please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just a reminder, Camp Slash Horrorcast is a weekly live videocast available on Twitch and YouTube. We go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/WeArePodcastNetwork and youtube.com/WeArePodcastNetwork. As the Camp Slash Horrorcast is live, I will not be editing the audio for this podcast. So what you saw live is what you get here. Please come watch the stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And if you want to see the previous streams, go check out our Twitch or YouTube channel. And for a full list of future films we'll be watching, please head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. All links can be found in the description. And with that, on to the Horrorcast.
You've been MIA.
Oh,
I have, guys. Trust me, it really wasn't my choice. I had to go down to Tyler, take care of some business, and then we had Friendsgiving, and then last week I had to do a couple other things. Yeah, I have been out of the loop, and last week I had to go do my monthly bro date with my buddy Keith. But yeah, I am back. I am back, ready to rock.
Awesome. That was all said live on the internet, so just let you know.
I don't care.
So welcome back, Jay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central. I'm your head camp counselor, Duck. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have Jay. We're going to do this the Scanner way, McClintock. Jay, how are you, sir? Welcome back.
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me back. It's a lot of fun to be here and talk about one of Cronenberg's earliest works.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fun, explosive conversation. I get it. Next, we got Miles. I'm going to suck your brain dry, Francis. Miles, how are you, sir?
I'm a little bummed out, dude. I heard this movie had a great head scene, and it wasn't what I was expecting.
Finally, we got Raph. I think you're in big trouble, chump. Ramirez. Raph, how are you?
Fantastic, sir. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, dude. Yo, we watched Scanners. Release date January 14th. My birthday, 1981. Running time 103 minutes. Box office 14.2 million. Synopsis. A scientist trains a man with an advanced telepathic ability called scanning to stop a dangerous scanner with extraordinary psychic powers from waging war against non-scanners. It is convoluted as the fucking movie is.
Wait, is that what it was about? What the fuck did I watch?
All right, let's watch a trailer. And there are two trailers, but this one seemed more realistic than the other one. The other one was just the scene of the guy's head exploding. So this is rated
X. Is the movie?
Yeah,
come on, like that's the one. Yeah. Like we could have all saved a lot of time tonight.
We just watched a GIF, man. Yeah, or GIF or whatever it's called.
I'd like to scan all of you in this room.
How does it?
That's it. We're done.
There are 4
I can't say it's not playing.
You can't see it?
No.
God damn it! Why does this thing always fucking do this?
That's because you're talking shit about scanners. Someone's like, nah.
Nice.
Earth 237 are scanners. They'll control your mind, conquer your will, manipulate your body like a toy. Self-destruct.
I'll have what she's having.
Yes. She was having one.
In your brain. 4 seconds.
Fuck, bro. What a piece of shit, but I enjoyed it.
The pressure.
The pool wire scene was really fun when they got like clearly yanked across the barn.
Breathe. It chokes you.
Wait, anybody else get upset there was no orgy in the cult meeting?
There was an orgy. It was a mind orgy.
You begin to self-destruct. Experience the terrifying.
They show all the good stuff in this trailer.
Pray it will end, and it will.
There you go. That was too much. They didn't do that.
Yeah, they were keeping it PG-13. All right, let's talk history with the movie. I have a feeling me, Raph, and Miles have never seen this before. Is that right? Correct. So, Jay, what's your history with Scanners? It was your pick.
Wow, guys, none of y'all have ever even accidentally seen this movie? That's crazy. And I'll tell you what, here's the thing. All the criticisms that you guys may have, I probably will agree with most of them. I saw this movie definitely in the mid '90s. There was some documentary I watched where it talked about Cronenberg, and obviously we've all seen The Fly. We love The Fly. But I think Scanners was one of the ones that really kind of put him on the map. I'll give you guys since all y'all are kind of not quite in the loop.
Virgins.
Basically, this time in the late '70s, telepathic horror movies were in. Obviously, the original would be Carrie. You can't top Carrie. It's literally one of the best horror movies ever made. I'll defend that till the end of my days. However, there was another movie called The Fury that actually also starred Amy Irving from Carrie, which was actually kind of funny. Because there's a guy with the power with telekinesis, and she kind of had to battle him. And so this idea of having the telepathics actually fight kind of is what made its way into Scanners. And so obviously this is a Canadian movie. And I love the idea of having two of these like psychic powered beings kind of going one-on-one against each other. A lot of people have actually stated that the whole premise of having two different beings that are very similar, kind of like mouse like a cat and mouse kind of game. Some have actually compared the premise of this to the original Terminator.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I don't see that.
Well, this is why. So you have Ravek, who was played by Michael Ironside. He's definitely the more malicious of the two, and so he is after all these other scanners looking to kill them. So they send a protector, in not so many words, which is Cameron Vale, to go after him. It's very similar to what they had with the Terminator and Kyle Reese trying to protect all the people he's going after to kill. It's like literally
time travel. There's no fucking time travel in
there. No, it's not so much time travel. It's the fact that they both come from like a very similar background, and that's the only real comparison I've seen. Again, I've heard of. That's the only thing why. But also, there's other things like the fact that the guy playing Cameron Vale kind of almost looks a little bit like Christopher Reeve with his haircut and everything. That was also not an accident. He was meant to be kind of this like he was meant to look very what they say quote unquote pure with his big like angelic like face and everything. A lot of that was definitely done on purpose, and obviously Michael Ironside has a very grizzled look. He is a perfect villain. Can you guys even think of a single movie where he didn't play a villain?
Starship Troopers.
He was still a bad guy.
He was a
dick. He was a dick.
Anti-hero, yeah.
He was
Ray
a dick
Jack
for sure.
So again, as far as all of Cronenberg's movies, I wouldn't put Scanners at the very top, but I think it definitely inspired a lot of other movies, and we can talk about that a little bit more down the road. And that is my experience.
Real quick, before we continue, when did you first see it? How did you see it? Like
I saw it at home. I watched it on Cinemax. I mean, the movie came out 13 days before I was born, so I didn't really have a good chance to see it, in the theaters. So that's how I saw it. There you go. Boom.
Very nice. All right, Raph, Miles, what were you gonna say?
So I've never seen it, and it was oddly entertaining. As soon as that guy's head exploded, I was fucking hooked.
Have you never seen that explosion before anywhere?
I think I have seen the GIF before, but other than that, I didn't know what it was from. I was hoping to see more of what's her name, Kim, right?
Oh yeah, Kim was gorgeous.
Kim, yeah, didn't get to see her boobs. I was like, what happened?
Wrong at that point.
Well, I was hoping for the orgy, but like you said, it was a mind orgy.
Orgy, bro. They had a mind orgy.
As fuck. And then when they started scanning, bro, did anybody else feel like they were getting in their head, or was I just that high that I was like, fuck, they need to get out of here?
The music helps tremendously.
Right, it really did.
The score in this movie is the weirdest jazz fusion, long chord Heath Ledger Joker bullshit I've ever heard. And it's like, it's crazy, dude, but it works. It's art. It literally comes together with everything and creates the illusion of people mind fucking each other. So
it worked great, but I don't see the Terminator reference at all, because they're brothers. They're not fucking him from the future. It's I don't see that. No.
And also it's just there's like a military background of here's the other thing. He was cryogenically frozen, quote unquote, and he was thawed out to be sent out to go after his counterpart, even though he didn't know that was his brother. That was actually stolen in Demolition Man. There's a lot of movies and a lot of things that definitely come from Scanners, so we can definitely talk about that if y'all like.
Yeah, I want to get into it, but Miles, what were you going to say?
My history with it is just that it's made literally every horror list since I was alive of like the greatest effect scene ever. The history of how they did that head explosion is insane. They like packed like basically they made like a cast of his head and like stuffed it with like dog food and like leftover meat and like all sorts of stuff. And then they shot it with an actual shotgun on set. And like just the idea that they had like the entire time they had the scenes with like the scanner hunters going around with the shotguns. I was just like, man, the coolest use of shotguns in this whole movie was done off camera. So I'm very familiar with it as a whole, just because it gets talked about so much. And I think to some extent that did make it worse for me just coming into it, because I feel like I've seen all of the exciting parts, and the rest of the part that I hadn't seen is some arguably not great dialogue.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Real quick, Michael on YouTube said, I served and I was hit with cold water. So, Michael, we hear you. We know you're there. If you want to keep chatting, we'll shout you out here and there.
Enjoying this episode? Go check out Geekster, a dating and friends app for geeks that focuses on common interests as a way to make meaningful connections. Download today on the App Store or click the link in the description to find out more. Geekster, this is what happens when nerds collide. Geekster, available on iOS and Android.
Yeah, I have a major issue with the main character. And the basic problem is he's the amnesia clean slate character. Why did he choose the side of Dr. Ruth? He had no history. He's been wandering around homeless with people's conversations in his head. He has never formed a personality whatsoever, has no concept of what it is to be a normal human. Kim says that to him. And he literally is just a clean slate, basically amnesia character. So why did he choose that side? He could have easily slipped over to his brother's side, and it wouldn't have mattered. And there's literally what character Michael says, the main character Vance Dallas, I don't remember what his name is.
Cameron Vale.
Cameron Vale. Yeah, the veil was lifted from his insanity. But like he had total clean slate. So I never had, if he picked the bad side, if he picked the good side, I didn't care. I really didn't give a shit, because
that is a very typical dialogue. Roger Ebert said, like, even though all this amazing stuff's going on, you don't really care about the people it's happening to. And I would absolutely agree with that. They try to shoehorn an explanation with that, with Ravok, telling him, like, that was our daddy, and he thawed you out. And he's like, I've been looking for you forever. And, like, it's like, well, y'all are brothers? Like, no one, I mean, even though they do the exact same thing, that never really, like, even crossed my path, like, where I thought, oh, that could have been a possibility. I would also agree. I think they really, really had a very huge wasted opportunity when he goes up to that warehouse, or that that little asylum where all the other scanners are, and like the first guy like scans him. That interaction was probably some of the best acting of the entire movie, and then they like just fucking off all those people in less than 15 minutes. And I was like, there's a lot more you could dive into. I actually think this movie could have been maybe about 20 minutes longer, and I think it could have fleshed out a lot of that story.
Yeah, it does fall into the action tropes a lot. Like I was like, is this gonna have a car chase? And then it had like a mini car chase. I was like, oh, right on. So it does a lot of action scenes. So is it trying to be a thriller? Is it trying to be a horror movie? Is it trying to be an action movie? It's a little bit of everything.
Sci-fi horror. It's definitely riding on the waves of Alien. Sci-fi and horror was hot, dude. In the late real hot in the late 70s, early 80s. On top of that, it's Canadian. I mean, Canadian horror was also getting its feet in with very soon after this. Literally a month later, you got My Bloody Valentine, which obviously premiered around February 14th, 1981. Nice. So I think that Canadians were really getting there. Like I said, movies like this and movies around this time, like, it was a big crapshoot for a lot of like horror stuff. I just got done watching In Search of Darkness 3. And
dude, I love the first two, but I haven't watched the third one yet.
Oh, the third one, you'll love the third one, because the third one's all about how VHS really opened the door up for everybody, puppet masters, everything. But like one of the things about, you get to see other places do horror. And one of those is, Canada. And I think David Cronenberg is definitely Canada's favorite son when it comes to Canadian horror. I can't really think of anyone better.
Hey, but I gotta say, it's really slow action because all you see is the head exploding, and then the end with that fucking. It was a weird battle, but it was kind of cool. But in the middle of it, there wasn't a lot of action. It was the dialogue, and then the shotgun scene in the barn pissed me off because the guy was getting shot with shotgun butts, and I guess that was more realistic instead of him blowing up because they were shooting him from pretty far away. He got shot several times. But then when everybody fucking fell down, it was so ridiculous.
You want the heads to explode.
Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. I would totally agree. And I think one of the reasons like that scene really kind of worked for me in the beginning was the fact that when they shot at him, he didn't necessarily get a direct hit, but he got like the shrapnel in his leg and whatnot, and he started catching it in all those other places. The only other thing that I felt a little bit unrealistic about that scene is when he caught that shot to his back. I was like, that looks like it hit you right in the spine. Why are you still standing?
Yeah.
And
then some beautiful squibs. Some beautiful squib works in this though, man. Like when they get shot up in the freaking bus, like that guy, that was a good one. Like right on, dude. But why weren't there more head explosions? I wanted season 2 of The Boys at the end, head explosions.
That's funny you should say that because The Boys absolutely ripped that off in this movie.
Yes, 100%.
For sure.
It was awesome too. Totally awesome. I do feel in some ways this was a proto superhero movie because the whole time I'm watching it, I'm sitting there going like, well, this is intriguing. Like, and I like the fact that he's going to be an undercover spy. And I don't know. I just got like vibes from like a superhero movie in some way.
But like you said, he could have easily been the bad guy. So it was just the way they manipulated
Roger
him.
Ebert said it in his review of the movie. He's like, this character is such a blank slate. There's no challenge to him. He's just like, he chooses good for some reason. And maybe that's supposed to be a dichotomy, the yin and the yang. Michael Ironside is pure evil. He's pure good. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be doing.
Well, Duck, to answer your question about the whole evil versus good thing, another story that had been going on around this time started in January of 1980 and ended up in October of 1980 was the X-Men story of the Dark Phoenix saga, which is considered one of the seminal, graphic novels of the time. It deals with Jean Grey, obviously one of the most powerful telepaths, telekinetics in the world, and her struggle between the light and the dark. And I think that this movie, on a very small level, kind of echoes that in the fact that when you see Cameron, with that yoga master, and he's told to kind of try to test his like heartbeat, I mean, it shows that even at such a, novice level, Cameron's going to kill this guy. But at the very last second, he's actually able to stop himself. But you can almost see, and this is where I think some of the best acting happens, where you see that glint in his eye, where he's almost like intrigued by his power. There's a lot of different avenues they could have gone with. And like you said, blank slate, and I think they could have painted on him a little bit more to go on with what you said.
What I was thinking, kind of, watching it was, first of all, I think the main actor is really good in this movie. Like, I think he's killer. And like you said, he gives hints and like realizing that he's super powerful. You know what I mean? Like, and you can see in his acting that he's like, oh shit. Like, and he kind of knows he can do it. But like his voice is so fucking good too. It's very commanding. And his eyes are dreamy. So at the end of the movie,
for sure, good looking cat, really good looking cat.
When Michael Ironside at the end, they show the eyes, and it's his eyes. That's the
spoiler.
Big spoiler.
Do you buy that there were brothers? Because that caught me off guard. That really like sidetracked me when they said they were brothers. I was like, oh shit. After they killed that doctor too, I was like, fuck, bro.
Well, how many people did Michael Ironside have control of? Like the posse of like shotgun people, he was controlling them, right?
Well, if you think about it, the way he explains at the end is because of that ephemeral. Him and his brother are the two most powerful scanners there are on the planet, but you're not quite sure who's number one between them two.
But he was controlling the other scanners.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he is like with like you could really call him like the alpha scanner. Like
in the computer.
Right.
Wasn't he scanning the computer too?
Well, and there's a reason for that, because what scanners do is they work off the brain impulses and also other thing. And let's be real, guys, we're all the most complex combustible engines on the planet. We also work on electricity. That's not a conspiracy theory. We literally have electricity running through our
computers, dude.
We're absolutely meat computers, and David Cronenberg is the king of all that. If you've ever seen Existence, you'll totally know what I'm talking about. So you can actually start controlling the electricity around you, and so your telekinesis actually becomes almost like an elemental power, which is I think what Cameron was showing towards the end.
Is it Existence or Existence?
Whatever you call it, Existence.
Yeah, we should definitely watch that for this cast. That's a fucked up movie.
Ejaculate.
The movie that was so unfortunate that it had to come out in the same year as The Matrix.
The Matrix, yeah.
Oh man, what a bad beat, Cronenberg.
What a bad beat. Within the same realm, but like it's almost like Existence is like the end of the 80s, and Matrix is kind of the beginning of the 90s, 2000s. You know what I mean? Just like,
but they both came out in '99, though.
Yeah,
it's not great for Existence.
Yeah. I think of Matrix as a 90s movie, but it really did change the game.
No, it's like it is like, I would say Matrix. Like the Matrix is the movie that brought the 90s into the 21st century.
Yeah,
like
it very nicely.
Yeah, like probably one of the greatest sleeper movies that we may never have another sleeper movie like The Matrix ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody thought it was like I don't know about you guys, and not to go too much on a tangent on the scanners, but like me and my buddies, we saw very little like trailers for The Matrix. We're like, that's kind of cool. Cammy, what's he up to? Last thing I saw him in was The Devil's Advocate. And then you watch it and you're like, this movie will change everything. And of course it did. But anyway.
I felt that way about Cloverfield. Had kind of that momentum a little bit. Like, but that was because the trailer was such a misdirect. But anyhow, back to Scanners. Michael Ironside is fucking amazing in this movie. He's amazing in every movie he's in.
Breakthrough role.
He always
the next Karate
the
Kid, really?
I love the next Karate Kid. Are you kidding me?
I love the next Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I've never hated on it. Even as a kid, I was like, yep. I'm here for it.
For Hilary Swank or Michael Ironside to make an appearance in Cobra Kai.
Well, the idea is, spoiler alert, that she is going to be Peyton List's mother.
I love that so much. Like,
the mom she's always talking about.
I hope that's true.
She's too busy making Mystery Alaska or whatever that Alaska Confidential show. So anyway, back to Scanners.
Return to the hockey.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Scanners. I don't know what else to say. Like you guys said, the dialogue.
The final battle.
Yeah.
Anime. It's like anime. Where's Javi? He would love it.
Tetsuo. Tetsuo, the Iron Man.
It's total Akira.
So. Akira, bro. Akira, 100%. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Especially when they started whelps started coming out, and then they just started oozing.
It looks so good too, and like you said, they're oozing. The blood's coming out, and when his eyes popped, I was like, "Oh, our hero's dead." So to have the eyes actually transfer into the other body and to have the voice, like I was like, that's cool.
Did it blow your mind?
No. Was it cool though that he was in the evil body?
I mean, whatever. Maybe he has a bigger dick. Maybe it all worked out. Who knows?
Well, here's another couple little Easter eggs for you. Just talk. The Dr. Ruth is played by Patrick McGoohan. He was in McGoohan. I'm probably butchering his name.
I got so excited.
He was in a very popular British. Not actually, no, it wasn't very popular at all. It only had one season, but it's a cult hit in BBC TV. It's called The Prisoner. It's a TV show that I highly recommend anyone go check out. He crushes in that, and then he plays the doctor in this. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of star power in it, like at all. The actress who plays not even love interest, she just happens to play what I like to say the girl in Scanners, because this is a sausage fest of a movie. She was actually, if you look her up, her name's Jennifer O'Neill. She was born in Brazil. She's actually been married 9 times.
Nice.
9 times.
Fine.
If she ain't feeling your chili, man, she's gonna go find a new pot. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So
I had read that her and the lead actor did not get along at all and just caused like all sorts of hell for Cronenberg, which I thought that was interesting because like the lead actor is Canadian and they're fucking nice to everyone. So this lady must be trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You sounded very Canadian with what you just said. That was awesome. Dude, if you were to ask me who amongst us looks the most Canadian, it would be 1000% Miles.
I'm gonna go have a bag of milk and think about what you just said to me right now.
I'm gonna think about what you just said, eh? Miles, real quick, who's your favorite Canadian wrestler?
Ooh, Chris Jericho.
You go Jericho. Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah. He should have been
back at you. What's yours?
Oh man, based on just the miracle of him coming back, I'll go Edge.
Okay, that's fair. The other contender was Owen Hart.
I would also say his brother was always better. Sorry, Owen. It's just the way I feel.
Yeah, no, I just came up at a time where the Owen gimmicks really hit with me.
Oh no, Owen's phenomenal and his legacy will last forever, but that's a different story. But yeah, that's a great choice. Hearts, we picked two blonde heels and two Heart members. We're like we are the yin and the yang.
So it would have been better if they put Chris Jericho in the remake, which they were going to make in 2007. David Lynn Bousman of Saw 2, 3, and 4 directing, and also Repo the Generic Opera, which was awesome.
Oh wow!
Was going to direct the remake, but he
have we done Saw at all on this?
Surprise, we're about to.
Is that gonna be our new series?
No, well, it's not going to be our series because I can't take that much work for him, but we're just going to do one of them.
Ooh, which Saw? Dude, if we're going to do one Saw, we should definitely. Well, we should pull it. We should really pull it, I think.
We're doing Saw 1 because it was requested.
Okay.
How about we do one Saw for Saw 1 and then one for all of the
You
Saw
could
sequels.
do Saw 1 through 3. That's a good trilogy, I think.
Ooh, most people say
most people 3 without 4.
Yeah. People don't like 2.
Most people hate 3. Yeah, people hate 3.
I like
3. People hate 3.
People hate 3 and 5, and I love 5.
3 was the worst one. 5 was decent.
Jeez, there's a lot about saying about Saw, but nothing to say about Scanners.
It's a real seesaw battle. It's okay. So, we talked about it.
Wait. If we could go back to Scanners though, when Dr. Ruth gets shot, they don't even fucking show that. Why did they not show him getting shot? Just show the fucking brains.
Was he under the control of the main character at that time? Because he was mumbling all this stuff about stuff, and it looked like there was a disconnect. I was confused about that.
No, because he didn't inject them with the stuff. He didn't give him the injection, so he wasn't
ephemeral. Ephemeral.
Yeah, estrogen.
And then, another thing, that fucking baby scanned her while she was in the wound, the unborn baby.
Okay, well that was actually to help the plot along because of the fact that she was like, yeah, the baby did it. And then it was like, oh, okay. And then that's where when Michael Ironstein kidnaps him and goes, well, here's why. And ephemeral was definitely a metaphor for thalidomide. As a lot of you know, one of my favorite songs of Billy Joel is We Didn't Start the Fire. And one of the lyrics is Children of Thalidomide, which was a drug that was also known to create massive birth defects in kids. So ephemeral is, meant to do that. The Scanners themselves are also meant to represent hippies and whatnot, baby boomer types. And I think that, a lot of things are lost in translation. I think Scanners is a movie of amazing potential that we didn't quite get. And maybe there's plenty of reasons for that. I think that, there's a lot of things, working quote unquote against it, but it was still a box office hit. It made $14 million in 1981. That's nothing to scoff at, eh? My
question is, would it work as a TV miniseries? And I think it would. I think the premise is there. Plus, they have superpowers because everyone's power is a little bit different on the Scanner side. Like she had the ability to make the cop or the security look like his mother.
And catch on fire when she pushed them back.
Yeah, and that's so weird.
I did like the fire thing.
And it's nice y'all mention that because that's also another movie around this time, Firestarter. Like I'm telling you, man, telepathy was hot for about 8 years, I'd say, and then everyone's like, "Okay, well, are we good?
Yeah,
are we good? Are we good with telepathy? Are we done? Are we done? Okay,
that's
we're
where
done.
we are with zombies finally now.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah.
I kind of want to watch The Rage Carrie 2 or whatever it's called.
Saw it in the theaters.
I saw that in theaters.
I saw it in theaters too, but Spring Break, 1999.
I would like to watch that because when I was a kid and watched it, I thought it was pretty good.
Hey, Miles. Miles, do you like watching Zachary Ty Bryan get his nut shut off? Is that like what you remember the most from that movie? with the harpoon?
I haven't seen that movie since theaters, but yes, I remember the harpoon. Like that's one of those like images that sticks with you for sure. And Raph, I agree, dude. Like I actually, or maybe it was one of you all just said you liked that movie, and I remember at that age because I was only 14 years old, so it's pretty dumb. I was like, oh, this movie rocks, and then like I remember seeing the original Carrie and being like, oh.
Yeah, not as good. Not as
good. But you know, it's what I loved about the movie, and yes, it is aged absolutely horrible. But when it came out, what I loved about it was the fact that Carrie got a sequel, and then also like it just did all, and then also that like Amy Irving's character finally bites it. So it's like, yeah, you don't escape forever.
Honestly, the soundtrack to that movie was pretty banging, if I remember. They had like a really like grungy 90s like sound to it, and it was
of course.
Good.
The only problem with Carrie is that opening shot where you see her naked in the shower. She's underage, so that's very disturbing. So
where's David when you need him?
Wait, Carrie, like the first Carrie, you mean? Like
yes, Sissy Spacek is underage when they filmed that. So
it's
just like the Blue Lagoon 2 with Mila Jovovich when it shows her titties. She was underage too.
Well, if you want to get technical, an Oscar-winning movie, American Beauty, did the exact same thing.
Oh God damn it. Call me Mitchell, Michael says. All right, Mitchell. We'll call you Mitchell. All right, guys. I think we talked about
was that in response to Blue Lagoon 2 specifically? Or?
No, it's Michael on or Mitchell on YouTube.
Know, I'm just thinking
it's Michael.
Yeah, it's
Mitchell, jackass.
It's Mitchell. Get it right. All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to say about scanners? We've been all over the place.
I got some shit over here.
All right, hit it up. Hit it up, Raph. Let's go with that list.
The guy's head explodes. It was so fantastic. I loved it. As soon as I saw
it's iconic, dude. It's iconic. It deserves a better movie to be wrapped.
And then that guy sitting next to him is like, "Oh, let me just get out of here." He was trying to leave.
I didn't do anything.
It wasn't me.
That's what he said. It was totally him.
But they caught me scanning on the counter. It wasn't
me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we went through everything.
There's not a whole lot to digest. It's a pretty linear movie. I love the storyline. Again, a lot of potential. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, back then I thought it was a solid flick. Again, I like to see these movies as they were back then, and I think if you're a young Canadian kid and you get to see like, you know, a horror movie in your hometown, and you get to go, yeah, man, yeah, this is us. This is us, man.
You know, it just hit me. The Boys totally stole its first season from this because it's all about superhero babies being born through drug use, infusion. So The Boys took a lot from this movie. Now that I think about it, it's crazy. All right, recommend it. Raph, do you recommend the movie?
Bro, yeah, it's a little bit too long, but it was oddly entertaining, like I said, and it was good. It was good.
Right on. Miles, do you recommend it?
Yes, because it's on like every classics list, but frankly, I think even with the recommendation, you're going to be bored through 80% of it.
Yeah, roughly. It's worse to the battle at the end. It's
just so that you know what everybody's talking about.
Jay, bring the pain. You've brought all the info. It's been so good having you back because you bring so much in-depth information about this. Tell us, do you recommend it?
Yeah, I would say like I will definitely put this movie up there. It's kind of like after Jaws came out, you got a lot of imitators. Much like after Carrie came out, you got a lot of imitators. Is this movie nearly as good as Carrie? No, it is not. Is it better than The Fury? I think so. I think it delves more deeply into the idea of what being a telepath can be. Again, yes, you're right though, guys. It's pretty much bookended by the two best effects, the head explosion in the beginning and then the big fight at the end. But there is a little bit of story in the middle of it. I think you can enjoy it. And again, it's not too ridiculously long, so it's not digestible. I would absolutely recommend it. No problem.
I take it back because you don't get to see Kim's tits at all once. Never mind. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
There was no orgy.
Yeah, there was a mind orgy, bro.
It's not the same.
They sat in the room and they
Raph, if
some
you were
weed.
an intellect, you would understand.
Yeah,
So you guys got mind fucked.
Yeah, dude, we all got brain boners.
Yeah, dude. Like, I like that he drilled the hole in his head to relieve the pressure of the voices. I thought that was
Bro,
kinda
that
cool.
was crazy.
And it looks like the pineal gland, so it's kind of sweet.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
All right, yeah, I recommend it too.
Stroke
I
that
think
peen,
I think it was a fun watch. The first half of it was really good. The second half kind of
Dragged.
yeah. So it is what it is, man. So it's pretty good.
It's enjoyable.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just so you know, the next section of the podcast will be clips from the movie, so you can find replays of the live video stream at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. Once again, all links can be found in the description. Come check out our live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And for a full list of future films, check out our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that, back to the Horrorcast. All right, let's get to some clips of this bish.
It's just the head exploding on repeat.
I thought about doing that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, clip time, if it'll work. Oh, come on. Bitch!
That fellow over there, I've never seen anything so disgusting in all my life. I'll tell you something. He's staring.
They still wanted to fuck him.
Yeah, dude. They're like, that's the hottest homeless guy I have ever seen. That's exactly what they're saying.
She does say something to that effect that she's like, ooh, he wants to take us home or something like that.
Yeah, this is what he said.
The money shot.
Oh, dude. Just... It does look so ridiculously fake in slow-mo. But okay, go back and play it one more time. Go back and play it. I'm going to show you guys one thing real quick. Okay, keep going a little further.
Hold on. We got to go back the whole way.
That's dog food?
I'll tell you something. He's staring.
Oh, he's staring. Ooh. All right, the money shot. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Baboosh.
I love the little mouth opening at the bottom. Like right there, he kind of looks like he belongs in a Mad magazine. But like, yeah,
that's crazy.
Mad takes on scanners.
There's one eyeball going. The
this scene looks like the fold 'em up. You have to connect the A and the B to get like an actual image or something.
Yes, exactly. And then right there, you see a little opening there, like, and it looks like he has a nose above it. Like you think you're having a bad day. Like I don't know. I'm morbid. I know.
Crash. No, pure explosion.
That was all right.
Captain Asshole, I do not like this guy. We didn't even talk about him. But
I think we have a new director of internal security.
What a fucking traitorous bitch. Dr. Ruth, though, killing it.
This is not an accident. I think we've lost them to a program far in advance of ours.
Looks like Santa Claus.
The situation, I've come to the conclusion that there is a scanner underground developed.
Like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus?
Yeah, what is that accent? Like, is it German? Is it British? Is it
American?
British? Is it American? I think it's American.
A psychopharmacist by trade, specializing in the
I guess maybe
phenomenon.
it is.
It kind of has a Taken vibe to me. Like I've got a special set of skills.
Is that Irish? Scottish?
Derogation.
Tell us what you did, please, Daryl.
I drilled a hole in the head.
Doesn't Michael Ironstein have a bit of a Jack Nicholson vibe to him? Just a little bit.
I would absolutely agree, man. He's definitely got a Canadian Jack Nicholson vibe. That's a really good take, Duck. I never thought of that before. Great job.
Right here.
Why did you do it, Daryl? Why did you drill the hole?
Too much pressure.
Love that. Just love the visual of that. That's
pressure.
You wanted to let the pressure out. You wanted to let something out of your head? What?
People.
I filmed a lot of this.
Put over the
Or
hole.
I edited a lot of this. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
No, just to let you guys know, the thing that he's doing right there, I believe the scientific term is called tripending. Let me double check that real quick.
That's a real thing, putting a hole in your head to relieve.
Oh, dude, that was a big time popular practice back in the turn of the century from quack doctors, was to do that if for any sort of like mental disease and whatnot. Trepan. It's called trepan. TREPANNED. It's just that thing to bore a hole in the head to quote unquote relieve the pressure to alleviate mental illness.
Damn.
Funny fact.
Damn, I've never even
Funny
heard that.
fact.
35.
At the age of 22, he was extremely self-destructive. Now, at the age of 35, he is simply destructive.
Now, it's crazy to think that these characters are younger than me. And I don't feel that old. And I'm watching it, though. I'm like, these guys are old.
In many ways, Cameron, he's your enemy. And mine.
Yogi Bear.
Fast. Fast. Fast.
Don't hurt me. Oh, don't hurt me. Oh, I will say one thing about this movie is the ADR is terrible. It is just all over the place.
What exactly is ADR?
Automatic dialogue replacement or automated dialogue replacement. So that's whenever you see the mouth moving, but they actually re-recorded it, and it's very difficult to do. But like you'll see that it's not a perfect mouth movement because they couldn't use the actual natural sound from the shoot, so they had to go in and replace it with dubbed. So it's an art form unto itself. Like the people who do it at Funimation for like the anime and stuff like that, got to give them major credit because it's hard. It is very hard.
I just thought the shitty audio was part of the movie.
You know what I think? I think you better tell me what you really want.
It's the voices in my head.
See, like that was
crazy. How do you stop?
Very Cronenberg, right?
Your voices.
Oh no.
That's such a cool ass scene. If that's like the 20 minutes I was talking about, 10 more minutes of that scene, I would have been so happy.
Oh shish, they flying. I wanted head explosions.
Yeah.
Oh, she's dead. Oh, he's dead.
They didn't even catch on fire.
Nothing. He got caught in the
Some
net.
of his
That's what
head
happened.
movements, dude, get a little wacky
Yeah,
when he's doing his like Jedi Force mind tricks.
Well, how would you do it? Like a crackhead? That's how I would do it, like a crackhead.
Oh, Kim.
I would just go Hypnotoad on him.
Scanned him. It's for real.
Just go cheech on them.
Sit down. I know you.
Married 9 times, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's fine.
She's gorgeous, man. She's absolutely.
Is she in between marriages right now?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Definitely a missed opportunity.
I need help.
I bet you there's a movie with her tits in it. Don't worry, Raph. We'll find it.
She was a model. She was definitely a model. She was born in, like I said, she was born in Brazil, which, you know.
Everyone in Brazil is gorgeous, man.
Yeah. They also have a really high STD rate, though, at least according to
hey,
at least according to a couple of comics that I know, and I will not name them.
And they're nasty.
Yeah, you almost did, though. I'll risk it. I'll risk it. Mind orgy. Here you go, Raph.
That was so annoying. I was holding my dick for no reason.
Beautiful and fragrant.
Ginger over there is ready to go.
Ginger looked like Jim Henson.
So frightening to lose
So
yourself.
she's coming right there.
Yeah, she's fine as fuck.
Lose yourself.
To lose yourself.
Group self.
The group self.
Oh, brutal.
See, they weren't that bad.
They really had no protection whatsoever. It was crazy. Like everywhere they went, like if there's like underground, why don't they have their own guns? Why don't they have their own protection? That never made sense to me. Like the hero was really useless. Like the only thing he could do was.
So if they can read people's mind and control them, can't they sense them like Spidey sense?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they have a lookout?
They were occupied trying to become one with each other.
Always.
at least in that little, And here's what I would say is because Cameron's so much more powerful than them, yet he's also so much quote unquote younger in the scanner community. I think that maybe their powers were a little more, devolved. That's the excuse I'm giving, and I'm sticking to it.
There's the fire.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Juicy squibs. Look at these. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He did.
They need to bring back squibs.
Not the VW.
Look here. He's dead. He's on the wheel. He's moving. Oh, I didn't get it. Shit. Never mind.
Yeah.
He was driving. Anyhow. Something scanning. Oh, shotgun scanning. Wasn't me. Easiest programming ever. Pornhub.
I still don't get the computer. Was that like oh fuck, I can't even think.
What is it like? What?
Like Dr. X from X-Men with the
Cerebro.
Yeah, Cerebro.
I think it was absolutely that. I think that again, guys. I'm telling you, the connection to this X-Men
makes more sense.
They stole everything from Chris Claremont, man.
Yep, damn right. I would totally agree. I think that's absolutely great take. Great take.
Awesome.
Creeper. He says I miss you. It's
Cameron Vale.
I missed you.
That was so creepy. I was like, why did he say he missed him?
Because that's his dad.
I know, but you don't know that. Like, it's just.
Well, that's why it looks creepy, and then later on you realize it's not creepy.
Yeah, I missed you. He didn't give a shit about him. He kept him on ice for 35 years.
Well, welcome to the Ice Age.
Lab
you know what that lab does?
It's been so
sexy
long,
things.
As far as I know, they make some sort of chemical weaponry, among other things.
It manufactures ephemeral for Daryl Revitt.
No.
Schlap!
Not ephemeral.
I want to see someone else.
Divorce number 1. Freak out.
The RIPE program
must be stopped!
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Best actor in the movie.
Aww.
I will say, even though you don't like the ADR, I love that drowning, garbled voice that the people have.
Yeah,
I think that adds a little more dimension to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of all these things are like created to make the illusion of mind control, and I think they did a really good job in this movie of doing that. And you got the classic joke in Wayne's World, wherever Garth is sitting there on the set alone, and the guy goes, "You ever see that head explode in Scanners?" And Garth is not. That's my introduction to Scanners. But that's a funny joke. This says boom, which is the 52K modem sound.
Hilarious.
Yeah, right, dude. Try like 0.500 byte game at him.
Not much. Right.
That's pretty cool shot.
Yeah, that was an interesting way to show him interfacing with the computer. So I like this guy with his molly.
Yeah, they had to get a real doctor for
fireworks.
I told you, no fireworks.
Oh, too soon, bitch. You could see the wire.
He did.
You could see the wire pulling him.
Does that make it better? Does that make it better for you?
No fireworks.
Oh yeah, you can. It's a big ass wire.
Look, it's right there. Yeah, they didn't even take the wire out. Kaboomish! Everything explodes. The phone melts. The car explodes. The phone booth, for whatever reason, explodes. We just got explosions like crazy.
He exploded in his pants.
I did when I saw these explosions.
Again, not enough blood, not enough gore.
Run, bitch!
Run, bitches! It's a gas leak, obviously. Why the fuck would it do that?
The baby scanner. I thought the mother was up to it because she gives a sly look like, haha, scan people.
Yeah, she looks like she's evil. You know, white people be looking evil.
For sure, dude. All the time.
Is that what you think when you're at like the deli and you see a white person like get excited over ham and cheese? Like
all white people are racist and evil to me. I thought you knew that.
Oh geez, I had no idea, dude. Oh my god, brother.
There's only one
Anakin, you and my brother.
That's me. You.
That was really good. I didn't see that.
You sent your soldiers out to kill me.
Never you. Who's your mother?
I don't know.
Who's your dad?
Who's your father?
Oh yeah, he shouldn't be saying daddy at that age.
Your first childhood memory.
Yeah, he should be saying daddy at that
He
age.
says, it's
I think it's mockingly so.
It's no accident that
no, it's not. It didn't.
you were kept on.
Guys,
It wasn't
he's only 30 years old.
No, you're right. You're allowed to say daddy at 30.
trouble putting me away that they thought you out. You've been monitored every day of your life. Allowed to live like garbage. Scum.
He's got a very valid
You knew where
point.
you were,
He's
but it
not
wasn't until
fucking
he needed
wrong.
you.
You should have turned him.
Out of the slime.
Yeah, so did Thanos, but it was. You know,
Yeah. Other
Still
than he compares him to Hitler, I think. But I wasn't really sure if that's what it was.
Dude, if the Avengers was made in the 80s, there is no one on this planet who would have been a better Thanos than Michael Ironside.
100%.
Dude, okay, I'll give you that.
100%.
Dr. Paul Ruth.
Make Ironside Galactus. I'm starting the fucking.
Nope. You don't. You're not taking my thunder. You can put the thunder back on me.
Isn't Michael Ironside?
You can just keep over there.
Hold on. Isn't he dead anyhow?
Nope, he's not.
Oh, then he could play
But
Galactus.
he's old as fuck.
Yeah, it'll make his voice even better.
Honestly, I don't think Galactus gives Ironside would be a waste on Galactus because Thanos is a more characteral. Galactus is just this all powerful
omnipotent being. I think Keanu Reeves would make a good Galactus, or John Malkovich.
Oh,
I can see that.
Thanos definitely old Ironside.
I agree with you on that. That'd be pretty cool.
Kanye's friend,
like Ruth.
Like in this.
No, not like him. Like Rack. Daryl Rack.
No, like him.
Is it Hitler he was talking about? Is that what? How does this guy have a concept of Hitler? Like he doesn't know anything. He's basically a baby. So I don't understand. Who was he replying to like him? The Antichrist?
Was he Hitler himself? Ooh.
I don't know. Who do you think's more evil, Hitler or the devil?
Isn't that the same person?
We're not getting. What are you trying to ask? Well, I'll say this much for all our atheists out there: one's been empirically proven to exist, and the other is the devil.
See, as an atheist myself, I was going to say, have you ever seen them both in the same room at the same time?
Ah, excellent point.
Superman.
It's as though he's been reincarnated in you.
The devil just puts glasses on and he's.
It's Hitler. It's Hitler when he puts them on. He takes them off.
Hitler didn't wear glasses.
Yeah,
did
he takes them off and he's Hitler. He puts
How would you know?
Goddamn devil.
Were you hanging out with Hitler?
No, I ain't no ye, man.
It's not actually a mustache. It's just some of the ash from hell.
Scan off. Here we go.
That sounds like a good cartoon right there.
Tell me you're not going to betray me like all the rest. Tell me you're not.
He should be able to read his mind and know.
Yes, agreed. Plot hole.
No. It's not a plot hole.
We're going to do
I'm scan you. You scan me.
They're the two most powerful scanners. They're literally fighting each other. That's why they can't read each other's mind.
They're
no point.
That's literally the purpose of this fight scene.
But at no point in the movie does it state that they can block the other scanners.
Does it ever block? Did it ever say they can't?
Oh, it looks like it is here. Like they're blocking each other's power. Like
yeah, this is a literal mental war.
Dude,
this is like when the Wachowskis and Cronenberg battled in theaters in the 90s. It's like
hey, wait. Can you pitch this scene to someone?
Can you pitch it to somebody?
Yeah, could you pitch this scene to somebody?
Yeah, two people stare at each other, then their veins pop out, and then the guy's eyes explode, and then it's fucking awesome looking.
Let's make a movie.
Brothers should be close. Don't you?
Michael Ironside will kill it. Oh, I feel so good. Oh.
I'll have what he's having.
I do like this ripping off the face.
That is totally Cronenberg right there.
So he's controlling him. His brother's controlling him to cut us.
Yeah.
His face off.
To rip off his fucking face. He turns into a werewolf. Makes for a great poster.
Only thing this was missing was him ripping his own dick off and then fucking his eyeball.
Oh my god, dude! Do not bring up the sadness. I do not want to think about the sadness. That movie fucked me up hardcore. Thank you, Joey
I think
Johnson.
about that movie a lot, bro.
Yeah, that movie. I do not like that movie.
I enjoyed it.
Now that's all we're gonna be thinking about.
There we go. The end. He's hiding.
I didn't like this.
Yeah, why is he hiding?
It's me, Kim. Cameron.
Because what if she fell in love with that other man, not him?
You guys notice that his scar's gone now too?
What scar?
The scar
the
from,
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't notice that. I figured they fused together or something like that. Like it doesn't really explain it. So maybe, maybe the consciousness of Michael Ironside is still in there or something like that. So I don't know. I'd be intrigued to see what the breakdown of it is. The end, though. That is all we wrote about Scanners. Guys, let's do some recommendations real quick. I'm going to have some weird ones. They're not horror movies, but I think they fall in line with kind of the themes of this. So the first one I'm going to recommend is a movie called Jumper, starring Anakin himself.
Great one. That's a great
I
one.
like this movie, yeah.
It's a great movie. I wish they would have made some sequels to it. I believe it was directed by David Goyer.
I think it was
like
supposed to be the start of a franchise, but it did not do well in theaters.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It did great in theaters.
Oh, maybe I'm misremembering then.
It wasn't a massive blockbuster, but it definitely made over $100 million.
Well, then I thought that I had read at one point it was supposed to start a franchise, and it didn't for some reason.
Yes, I think they were trying to begin one, and I would have liked to have seen it. I think they ended up doing a TV show about it later on, if I'm not incorrect. Who was the director of this? Doug Lyman. It was written by David Goyer. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And budget, god damn! You want to know how much this motherfucker made? $225 million. It did pretty good.
Yeah, it just wasn't as big as they wanted it to be.
Whatever happened to this box office?
Only $225 million.
Television series. I was right. A spin-off television series titled Impulse released on YouTube Premium on July 6, 2018. So I knew there was something there. But anyhow, I like Jumper. I think it's a really good movie, and I like the concept of like there's multiple jumpers and like Samuel L. Jackson's out to get them. So it's kind of cool. The next movie I'm going to recommend is Hackers.
I love this movie.
I know it's such a weird, but like I got the vibe of like an underground community, you know what I mean, kind of coming together to defeat a big bad guy.
Angelina Jolie.
God, oh yeah, and Raph, you get to see her tit, not both of them, but you get to see one. So,
bro,
she started dating Johnny Lee Miller after this movie.
Married him.
Yeah,
married him, and then broke his heart and drug him along for the rest of his life, according to every tabloid I've ever read. So that's terrible.
He's fine.
He'll be right. Fine. But yeah, love this movie. Such a fun setup. The villain is the guy who I believe does the voice of the Scream.
It's Fisher Stevens.
He's also in the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is awesome.
Let's be real. Let's talk about the movie everyone remembers him from. He's from Short Circuit 1 and 2.
That's right. He plays Indian Face. That's right. Does he do the voice of Scream?
Okay.
He doesn't do the voice of Scream, does he?
No, he does not. You are mistaken.
Who does the voice of Scream?
It's an actor who made a lot of money, but no, it was not Fisher Stevens.
All right. I don't know why I always thought it was him.
Fisher Stevens is one of the most underrated sci-fi movies of the 80s, My Science Project. Everyone talks about weird science. Nobody talks about My Science Project. That's a great movie.
Robert L. Jackson is the voice of Scream. Okay, my bad. Do you guys have any recommendations?
I have Lucy.
Lucy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Within this, yeah,
that's a great one. Again, it has a little bit of telepathy in it, and it's fucking awesome fucking movie.
Very nice. Miles or Jay?
I would like to recommend. I'd like to recommend Matilda. It's
fair enough.
Classic children's tale that is all about telekinesis.
Now, are you talking about the one in the 90s that was made by Danny DeVito, or are you talking about the new one that just came out?
Either one, any and all, and the book. It's all about that.
Get yourself some Roald Dahl. Miles, what you got?
All right, I'm gonna go with a weird one. It's inspired by the idea that you can watch just the first 20 minutes of this film, see the most iconic part of it, and then like save yourself some time. And that is going to be the 2002 dud Ghost Ship, which has an insanely awesome opening kill. Like,
Never saw it.
One of the best opening kills ever, or opening sequences with lots of kills caught on camera ever. And then the rest of the movie is just kind of like, oh, well, this is fine, I guess. Which is how I felt about Scanners.
Yes.
I would love to watch that movie on this cast too, because I've never seen it and I've always wanted
on
to
acid.
It'd be a fun one to watch.
Maybe. I mean, that doesn't sound like fun to
like
me.
literally, the opening sequence is worth a conversation. Like we could have the four of us and whoever else joins could have a conversation about the first just opening sequence of that film. And then the rest of it we will probably largely shit on.
Yeah,
Deck's gonna hate it because it's a Dark Castle movie. He hates House on the Haunted Hill.
Fuck that shit.
He hates 13 Ghosts, so he'll hate Ghosts.
Oh no, I love 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts.
When did I say I hated 13 Ghosts? 13 Ghosts is the shit. It's pre Scooby Doo. Matthew Lillard, come on. 13 Ghosts is fun. It's got the rotating
and
house.
Shannon Elizabeth, who we're going to be talking about next week. And
Jack
detail.
Frost, that's right.
Cold, chilly detail.
Ooh, I love it. Well, all right. Well, everyone tell them where they can find you on the internet, starting with Raph.
At Little House on the Parody. I have a lot of contents I need to get out there, but I've been fucking depressed, so I can't get it out because I'm doing all that shit myself. But as soon as I get it, I'll be posting soon, guys. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Miles, tell them where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me at Mr. Most Days Off everywhere online, and I'm the opposite of Wrath. I've been working 2, 3 times, maybe even more as hard because I'm depressed. So, you know.
And you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all the podcasts. Check us out on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at We Are Podcast. And you can find us every Monday here for Camp/Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past, live on Twitch at 8 p.m. Central. Next week will be Jack Frost. We're going back to the Christmas theme. I've never seen this movie, so I am pumped. I am amazing. Super excited.
It's awfully good.
Yeah, I've seen the sex scene in the tub, and I've jerked off very, very, very ferociously to it. Because that's what I'm into. No, I'm excited to see it. So, guys,
fat white guys on little girls. Not little girls.
I was going to say, yeah, that's my thing. Actually, my girlfriend asked me to mention her friend Travis, who did Sexy Santa Claus and did a photo shoot, and he's a larger guy too, and but he was getting his fucking freak on, and he showed me the pictures. I was like, right on, bro, right on.
Dude, I'm gonna try to hire an ice sculptor to just carve Ducky's dick.
And his girlfriend Ani is going to be on the show, and that's why we're doing Saw in 2 weeks. So that's nice. In the next 2 weeks. So we got Jack Frost and then Saw. So those are the 2 movies we'll be doing. With that said, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Fun cast, fun times had by all, hopefully. And with that said, we will see you in the next one. Keep horror in your heart. Keep it in your heart, motherfuckers.
Michael, quit drinking. Go to bed.
Michael, quit drinking. Mitchell. Michael Mitchell, whatever his name was, I don't even remember. There, we got Jay to do the horror in the heart.
Dude. Jay, welcome back, dude.
Hell yeah!
Good to be back, guys. Good to be back.
It's a perfect ending. Jay, welcome back. I'll keep that in.
And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app: Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And since this is Camp/Horrorcast, if you want to check us out live, we will be on Twitch and YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can find us at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Air, where we talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, and that's Javi. We're breaking down that pop culture, and we're having so much fun. And don't forget to check out We Are Bagu, a video game podcast, where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore, heroes, Gyros, dungeons and distractions side quests. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast Network. With that said, hopefully we see you in the live stream.